Wadada, Wafika. Hi, hello everyone. So yeah, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please, can you subscribe? There'll be a purple button just around here. Click on it and subscribe. I will appreciate that. To my already subscribers, I'm here because you are here, so I appreciate you. Without wasting much of your time, this video is for people who want to write or people who have been writing already, and also people who are from refugee asylum background as well. So if you're interested in writing and you want to be paid for it, this is the video. Stay there and stick with me. Okay, so the first opportunity, this is called Footnote and Counterpoints Writing Prize. Okay, 2023-2024. It has a 15,000 prize. Submissions are open from 19 June to 1st of October. Take note of the deadline. 1st of October is in just about 2 weeks or so. Shortlist will take place in 2024 and the winner will be announced in March. That's from what I can see there. So it says, Footnote Press and Counterpoint Arts have partnered to launch the 2023-2024 Footnote and Counterpoints Writing Prize for writers from refugee and migrant backgrounds. So if you're in the UK, you are a refugee, you are a migrant, this is for you. The submissions window is now open. The 15,000 award, which includes an advance of £5,000 and a publication agreement, okay, with Footnote Press. So there will be a publication agreement. You will be published if you are the winner. Is for narrative nonfiction centered around themes of displacement, identity, and or resistance. Displacement, identity, and resistance. Anyone from a refugee or migrant background is eligible to submit an entry for the prize if they are resident in the United Kingdom or Republic of Ireland, whether they have previously been published or not. You do not need to have finished writing your book in order to enter. The prize is developed in association with the South Bank Center and supported by John Ellerman Foundation, Doughty Street Chambers, Spread the Word, Darlington Estate, and the bookseller. So, key information. The 15,000 award includes an advance of 5,000 and a publication agreement with Footnote Press. The judging panel will comprise of Elif Shafaki, Felipe Sanz, and Dina Nayeri. We'll look at their profiles, who they are, in a minute. 5 shortlisted authors will be invited to read and discuss their work at a live event hosted by South Bank Center in February 2024 as part of the Literature Spring Season 2024. The winner and 2 runners-up will have the opportunity to go on a week-long writing residency to work on their book at Dartington Hall, a stunning Grade 1 listed heritage property set within a 1,200-acre private estate near the ancient market town of Totnes. Ooh. Okay. I think I've been to Dartington. Yeah. It's a very, very beautiful place. Very beautiful. Yeah. It really gives a nice feeling. I was there with Counterpoint Arts. I went there to do comedy because I also do comedy sometimes. Okay. Anyway, this video is not about me. It's about the prize, writing prize. Footnote will also be working with London's Literature Development Agency, Spread the Word, to host an e-workshop on developing a career as a writer and one-to-one meetings to provide ongoing support with the winning writers, as well as access to their program of workshops and events. The prize philosophy. Refugees and migrants make hugely valuable contributions to our arts, culture, and society. They have multiple counterpointed perspectives that often combine different languages, geographies, and cultural outlooks, resulting in new ways of seeing and questioning. Within the context of rising xenophobia and the brutal enforcement of borders, it is vital to keep platforming and amplifying these voices, to use the power of storytelling to combat a culture of division and polarization. Literature, after all, is as much about bearing witness as it is about reimagining the world. With that in mind, we are proud to present the Footnote and Counterpoints Writing Prize for writers from refugee and migrant backgrounds. We very much see migration as an ongoing human condition and the history of humanity as a history of migration. The prize is for narrative nonfiction centered around themes of displacement, identity, and all resistance. We welcome eclectic and expansive interpretations of displacement, identity, and or resistance. We are especially interested in work that sits at the intersections of across cultures, communities, and borders, moving beyond the personal to touch upon some of the key social and political themes of our times. Footnote Press, launched in 2022 in partnership with Bonnier Books UK as a mission-oriented publisher committed to driving social and narrative change. We seek to center marginalized stories and perspectives, other ways of thinking, being, and organizing that forefront diversity of experience whilst highlighting our shared humanity. Our books dismantle received wisdoms and paint illuminating visions of the future, often drawing on the foundational human themes of migration, identity, separation, resistance, and reclamation. Find out more about Footnote here. There is a hyperlink. So I'll put the link in the description below so that you can follow up with all these, understand what Footnote is about. Okay, but here it says, to be the first to hear more about the prize, sign up to our newsletter below and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. It's so important to always sign up for a newsletter because then you don't miss anything about that organization. Because probably, for example, for someone who did not know about this opportunity, you cannot wait for the same person that told you about this opportunity to tell you again, for example, next time they advertise something else. But if yourself, you sign up to their newsletter, you get it right inside of your email, inside of your inbox. So newsletter is number one thing if you are looking for opportunities. Okay, so how you can sign up? Just here, put your email address and click sign up. That's it. So these are the judges. Who are they? Without reading everything about them. Elif Shafaki is an award-winning British-Turkish novelist. She has published 19 books, 12 of which are novels, including her latest, The Island of Missing Trees, shortlisted for the Costa Award, British Book Awards, RSL, and it goes on and on and on, okay? Then we have Philippi Sands, is Professor of Public Understanding of Law at University College London, and Samuel and Judith Pisa, Visiting Professor of Law at Harvard Law School. He served as the President of English Pen until last year, and is on the board of the Hay Festival of Arts and Literature. Author of many academic books, it goes on. Dinah Nayeri is the author of 2 novels and 2 books of creative nonfiction, Who Gets Believed 2023 and the Ungrateful Refugee 2019, winner of the guest whisters and all of that, book prizes and awards. Okay, so these will be the judges. But now let's get to the nitty-gritties of this. We come here, how to enter. The first one, what we were reading was prize philosophy. Now how to enter. Submissions must be narrative, nonfiction, centered around themes of displacement, identity, and or resistance, footnote and counterpoint arts, welcome, eclectic, and expansive interpretations of displacement, identity, and resistance, and are especially interested in the work that sits on intersections or across cultures, communities, and borders, moving beyond the personal to touch upon some of the key social and political themes of our time. Anyone from a refugee, migrant, or migrant background is eligible to submit an entry for the prize if they are resident in the UK. Let's look at the submission guidelines. Submissions must consist of a sample of 8,000 to 10,000 words and a detailed proposal of 3,000 words, as well as a one-page cover letter. Your proposal must include the genre, subject matter, scope, style, and structure of the proposed book, and include an estimated word count for the fully written book, as well as the date by which you think you would be able to deliver the fully written book. You must be able to deliver a fully written manuscript of between 65,000 and 85,000 words before 30th of March 2025. You can find footnotes to standard book proposal guidelines here. So this is so important. Look at the proposed guidelines so that you can mirror what they are recommending. When submitting your entry, please also include a short cover letter, including your name, contact details, a brief biography of up to 200 words, including information on your refugee or migrant background and any relevant information such as any previously published works, agent details if relevant, any social media accounts, prizes won or nominated for. The cover letter should be part of the same document as your submission. And additionally, we'll also require a 30 to 60 seconds video, introduction, no need for specialist equipment, fine to just use a mobile phone or a webcam to yourself and your work. Proposals and samples must be submitted as Microsoft Word documents and preferably be double-spaced and in Times New Roman typeface 12-point font. The closing date for the entry is 5 p.m. GMT on 1st of October, and the winners and two runners-up will be announced in March 2024. A panel of 3 judges will be announced in August. They've already announced, and we know. To enter, please email your submission to this email address. So this is it, guys. You need to also look at the terms and conditions. Eligibility. Anyone from refugee or migrant background who is eligible to submit a resident of UK. We have deliberately refrained from setting any parameters as to what constitutes a refugee or a migrant background. You're welcome to submit your work if you identify as being from a refugee or migrant background and to define your own connection to these terms. Unfortunately, due to legal constraints, we can only consider proposals from writers with a settled status or leave to remain in the UK. There's no age restrictions on who can submit an entry for the prize, but if you are aged 18 or under, then those with responsibility for you must also confirm their agreement to your entry. We welcome both agented and unagented submissions. The submission and proposal for your book must be for narrative nonfiction, centered around themes of displacement, identity, and resistance. We welcome eclectic and expansive, okay? The submission itself or any abridged or extended version of it must not have been published before, whether that was by a publisher or by a writer themselves or have been published by anyone else, okay? And the decision shall be final. A cash prize of 10,000, which will be paid out in 2 equal installments, The first instrument upon acceptance of the prize, and once the publication agreement has been signed with footnote press, and the second instrument will be payable on acceptance by footnote press of the final completed manuscript of the book. Published contract with the footnote press with a 5,000 advance to be earned from royalties on future sales of the book, which will be payable on first print publication by footnote press of the book. Editorial feedback from the footnote press. It paid for 7 days, 6 nights writing residency at Dartington Estate in Totnes, which includes food, accommodation, and travel costs, subject to availability and subject to additional separate terms and conditions, and all of that. Okay, so you read all these conditions. There are 29. Thank God they are not 30. So 29. It's only in 20s. It's not 30s. Okay. Let me stop share. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I know that was long. So now I'm going to share the second opportunity, which is a bit shorter in explanations. So let's get into it. Okay, so this second one is called the Miles Morand Foundation. The Miles Morand Foundation Writing Scholarship Entry Requirements. It can be difficult for writers before they become established to write while simultaneously earning a living. To help meet this need, the MMF annually awards a small number of Morand writing scholarships, with the aim being to allow each scholar the time to produce the first draft of a completed book. The scholarships are open to anyone writing in the English language who was born in Africa, or both of whose parents were born in Africa. So the scholars writing fiction will receive 18,000 paid monthly over the course of 12 months. At the discretion of the foundation, scholars writing non-fiction who require additional research time could receive an additional grant paid over a period of up to 18 months. Scholars undertaking. At the end of each month, scholars must send the foundation 10,000 new words that they will have written over the course of the month. Scholars are also asked to donate to the MMF 20% of whatever they subsequently receive from the book they write during the period of their scholarship. This includes revenues as a result of film rights, serializations, or other ancillary revenues arising from the book written during the scholarship period. These funds will be used to support other promising writers. The 20% return obligation should be considered a debt of honor rather than a legally binding obligation. Qualifications. To qualify for the scholarship, a candidate must submit an excerpt from a piece of work between 2,000 to 5,000 words written in English that has been published and offered for sale. So you should be a published author already. You must send clear evidence that the piece you uploaded as part of your application has been both published and offered for sale. This will be evaluated by a panel of readers and judges set up by the MMF. The work submitted will be judged purely on literary merit. It is not the purpose of the scholarship to support academic or scientific research or works of special interest such as religious or political writings. Submissions or proposals of this nature will not qualify. So don't submit your academic research or scientific research. The scholarship requirements, the only condition on the scholars during the year of their scholarship is that they must write. They'll be asked to submit by email at least 10,000 words every month. So it's for people who were born in Africa, or they identify as Africans, or their parents were born in Africa. And this is how now we're going to submit. Please note that if you are, proposed work, the candidate should submit a description of between 400 and 1,000 words of the work they intend to write. So submit what your book is about. The proposal must be for a full-length book of no fewer than 80,000 words. They don't allow collaborative writing. and it should be completely new work, not work in progress, and it must be in English. If you're shortlisted, please note that you'll be asked to send 3,000 to 4,000 words chapter of the book that you are proposing to write on your scholarship year to help the judges assess your ability. Writers will be informed, will be notified that they are on the shortlist at the end of October, not far. Shortlisters will then have 15 days to return the sample chapter. In view of that, please do some advanced thinking about the sample chapter you will have to provide if you are shortlisted. Biography, saying 200 to 300 words, something about yourself and your background. Fiction or non-fiction, the foundation welcomes both fiction and non-fiction proposals. Starting time, the scholars may elect to start between January and June in the year following the scholarship award. The payments and the 10,000 word monthly submission requirements will start at the same time. Accepted work. The scholarships are meant for full-length works of adult fiction or non-fiction, but poetry, plays, film scripts, children books, and short stories collections do not qualify. Okay? Mentoring. You will receive mentoring after you have submitted your manuscript. Residency, there's nothing like that. Important dates, 1st July to 18 September. So the closing date is 18 September, which is in a few days. Please go to FAQs, answer any questions. So where are the FAQs? Here's the checklist, all things that they will need. Proof of publication, some 2,000 to 5,000 words of the books you have published before. Proof of sale, a description of between 400, the proposal itself. Official documents showing that you or both of your parents are born in Africa. A brief bio of between 200. Can you please tell us how you heard about Morant? Okay. So in short, that's it. Let's stop share this. Okay, so I hope you can manage to submit something. They say every one of us, we have a book inside of us. So please let it out. Because if you don't tell us, we'll never know. That book will never get read. And your family, your great-grandchildren would never get to know what has been going on in your head. So here's the opportunity. I know there's like a short turnaround, but I'm sure you can still put your thoughts together for those 400 words and then submit the proposal and giving it a thought, more thoughts later. Okay, so this is it from me. Bye, guys. Watch more videos. Thank you. And Nasekiran, Nasekirakumaje.